All right, we're having an emergency mail day today because these came in. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about this set, but they're extremely rare. And I saw a group that got posted on eBay, and I purchased it right away. So before we go into the set and the history of it, and it'll be my first kind of real good look at here because I couldn't tell exactly what was in the image. Let's go over some other cards in my mail day. So up first, we have an Abraham Lincoln. This is in the 1880s. It's not, all right, this design is not rare, but what is rare, and I'm going to say possibly, is this advertisement. So I haven't done research yet, but there's quite a few different advertisements associated with this Lincoln card. Since it's not documented, I'm not too familiar what's rare, what's not rare. There's also versions of this that have no advertisement here at the bottom. One day I'm going to document that and do some research on it so the hobby knows. But until then, this is my first example of this card, or at least this design. And I picked this up on Facebook. Pretty happy with that. These are 2 eBay purchases. George Washington. You guys saw this in the postcard vlog. I picked up one of these online as well recently. So I was kind of pleasantly surprised to find it also at the postcard show. And then Alexander Dumas. Believe he wrote the Three Musketeers, and I also have his Ogden card. I think he was in here too, just looking from the image. I could not read the names, so I just tried to see if I recognize some familiar faces when I bought this. So some pretty cool stuff here. What you guys should be interested in though is this stack. So let me take out the stack, and yes, it was mailed just like this. Well, also with a lot of wrapping and things like that, so the cards didn't get damaged. So let me explain what these are. So there's a set called Susini out of Cuba. Now, the Susini set has about 1,200 cards. Most people that are familiar with this set are probably going to know the Tris Speaker card in there. There's 2 other baseball players. I think one of them is Red Murray. I'm going to put the actual name on the screen right now. And there's one anonymous baseball player that hasn't been photo matched yet. Boxing-wise, there's Jack Johnson in here, which is probably just as up there with like Tris Speaker, like famous-wise, although boxing cards don't fetch what baseball cards do. Now, up until probably late 2022 or early 2023, I had no idea that there was Susini Nonsports cards. In fact, I picked up my first one from a UK dealer that I've dealt with a few times, and I was able to buy a Teddy Roosevelt, and it was not cheap. Granted, like these cards are tough. I paid up pretty well, but within the last 3 months, I've actually had quite a lot of good luck sourcing Susinis. I don't know why. I picked up a General Grant. I picked up a Napoleon. I picked up a George Washington. I picked up, man, some of these names are escaping me. Oh, 2 Thomas Edison cards. So they had the same card number, but 2 different designs on there. Also picked up one of the baseball players. And there's probably a few others in there as well. Oh, Churchill. Those ones were really nice in that last lot. Oh, the last 7 cards in general that I picked up were really, really nice. So I go on eBay, and I have a saved search for this, and someone posted a big lot of Susini cards. I had to purchase that lot, and that is the lot. I believe there's either 78 or 81 cards in total, but I couldn't tell who was in here because the picture is taken a little bit far away. I couldn't zoom into the names. Like, the names are pretty tiny, right? Like, and imagine like a far picture, you're not going to be able to see that. So I wanted to do kind of like a first reveal and see everything that's in here. And I'm still amazed at how fast this came in. I just ordered this last week. So I thought I got shipped overseas, but I could be wrong. So first one over here, not too familiar, probably an actress. So I'm going to probably put like a not familiar stack and then a familiar stack. And if you guys know who some of these people are that I don't know, please let me know because I'm always trying to learn. All right. So up next, another one I am not too familiar with. Okay. Another one not too familiar with. And there was quite a few names I did know, but I think we're just starting off No luck over there. Sounds super familiar. But don't know the story. And I'm probably going to get roasted for some of these that I forget, but Prince Bismarck also sounds sort of familiar. Okay. I'll also show you guys the backs too. So they came straight out of album. This type of stuff should soak out if I'm going to do that. And that's perfectly acceptable, the soak cards, to get any extra paper on here. That's my belief on it, and I'm going to stay with that. And people have been soaking cards out of albums for 60, 70 years, if not longer. Nothing new. Way before even the grading companies were out there. Okay. Next one. All right. First one that I fully recognize. I have a few of his other cards. That does have some paper loss there, unfortunately. So you're looking at a 1-1-5, but it's also has a big crease over here and some staining. Keep going through. Yo. Oh, I took a gamble on this next one as one of the cards that I thought I saw, and it paid off, guys. It paid off. Boom, right here, Rembrandt. So one of his first cards is the Ogden, which took forever to find. I would say this is probably his rarest card. Very famous painter. Oh, I'm super happy about this. People pay up for the 1952 Look and See. And like, there's so many of his cards that are way harder to find, although that Look and See is a short print, right? Yes, I'm really happy with that one. And probably a 1-5 if I get this back off clean, but really happy that was in there. So this is definitely our biggest card in here so far. I'm going to keep going through. Okay. Is this Gustav Eiffel? It says Eiffel on there. This is pretty faded too. I want to say it's Gustav Eiffel. I'm going to put this in my known stack right now. If it's not, nothing in the world, I'll do some research later, but I'm thinking that's who this is. Not a super expensive card or any means like that, but I'll famous name. Milton. Okay. Is this the Duke of Wellington? I can't tell because that's off over here. I think that is. Also, I'll put this in here for now. If it's not, whatever. Next one over here, and it's hard. I don't know that name. Don't know that. Oh, I know that one. Look at that. Mozart. Boom. Another really good ad over there. I didn't even see that one originally. Okay. That one. Still not familiar with that. I'm sure there's probably some painters or artists that I am skipping right over. And I'm going to laugh a little bit later on when I do research. I may know their works of art, but I want to say this guy was a famous general, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong. And these things look awesome. Well, this next one I also recognized right away in that lot, Shakespeare. His Ogden cards have they've gone up a little bit in the last few months, or last 6 to 12 months. I will take that all day. Okay, keep going. Move a little faster because I didn't realize 10 minutes has already passed. Although if you guys like it that slow, it's fine. I can't read that name. There's like glue or something. And as I mentioned, we have another one over here, which if we have that Felix Podin, different image. But another one that I recognized. So I'll throw that over there. Oh. This is the husband of Curie. Hopefully she's in here. I know she's in the set. He's not the biggest name. Does not sell anywhere near his wife, but still somewhat recognizable. Not a huge name, but recognize that. Pretty self-explanatory on this one, Napoleon. Which I paid a lot for my Napoleon, but mine looks nicer, but still. Pretty iconic image there. This is pretty cool. No idea who this is though. Okay. No, Cortez. Two over here. It's stuck together at first. And I hope this isn't too boring of a video for you guys. I don't know. I definitely wanted to do this because I feel like a lot of you guys may know this type of stuff. I know Wagner. Not the Hannes Wagner, of course, but the composer. Another one that I knew was in this lot. Someone paid like $340 for a super common Darwin recently. All day long would much rather have this one. This is probably, yeah, this is the second rarest card. I was thinking for a second if the Sidney Ogden was rare, but this is probably rarer than the Sidney Ogden. So I'd rank his Old Judge number 1, Sidney Ogden number 3, this number 2, and his Coos is number 4. But yeah, and I need that Old Judge still, but I will take that. It's really cool. Visualize. Love that. All right. Don't know who that is. Maybe we'll just grab like a few in a row. No. Gladstone. Sounds familiar. I want to say it's like one of the prime ministers of UK, but I don't think he sells that well. We know who that is. That's the George Washington that I paid pretty well for. This one looks pretty nice on the front. Has some little bit back issues. My Washington's a 2, so this probably won't. I don't know. It might get a 2. Love that card though. Put that over here. Oh, look who that is. Ex-President Roosevelt, my first Susini non-sport. So we're doing pretty well so far, I'd say, on cards that I recognized. No real surprises on, well, I mean, there was a few. Mozart, I didn't see was in there. Walter Scott. Hard part is looking at these names through this camera. way easier if I wasn't. Captain Scott. Another one that I recognize right over here. General Grant. I want to think mine's a 2 or 1.5, or it's in grading. No, I'm pretty sure I bought this in a 2. I have 5 at SGC right now, which I will say, if you guys want to get your cards graded by SGC, we do group subs. These are going to all be sent to SGC and get subbed up. But they look very nice in these slabs. I wish I had an example right over here, but I did not think of doing that before starting this video. I really wanted to see what was in this lot. This will be also 3 videos in a row on the channel. We're getting back to being uploaded multiple times a week. I don't think that sentence grammared, but back to uploading 1 to 2 times a week. This week it's 3. Lord Kelvin, I recognize that name. Oh, Charles Dickens, I didn't see him in there originally. I recognize that name. And Victor Hugo. Man, that was a good run. I mean, Hugo doesn't sell that well, but Charles Dickens has been on a rise quite a lot. Kelvin doesn't really sell, but from studying like engineering and being in science when I was a kid, like, you know, the Kelvin scale. So Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvins, but yeah, those are nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm just always interested to see how many that are still here and here. But Beethoven, I noticed that one in the picture. It's nice. Samuel Morse, another one I noticed in the picture right over here. I'm happy with that one. Stanley, I believe this was the Explorer. Doesn't sell that well, but still a super iconic figure. He's in a lot of sets, but we're almost at the end. I really hope Madame Curie is here. That's going to be probably my #1 chase in this set right now if it's not in here. I didn't think I saw her, but we're down to a few others. So we'll go through these ones. Another one I recognize, so I'll take that. We'll go through these. I'm slow revealing like those pack openers. And this is our last one. Slow reveal. Nope, not in this one, but you know, you can't really complain. I was super happy with all the cards that I picked up over here. So essentially what I plan on doing also is I'll go through the stack a little bit later, see if I recognize any more of the names, do a little bit of research. If not, these will go to my ComC accounts. And then over here, some of these I'm going to try to upgrade. Most of these are probably going to get graded. My dupes I will be selling, but if I don't have them, I'm not going to be selling them. So just to recap some of the bigger names that were in this lot over here, we'll just go through these really quickly. Definitely one of the bigger ones over there. Grant, Roosevelt, Washington, biggest name in this group. Well, yeah, Washington outsells Darwin, but I feel like Darwin long-term will have a big group of collectors. That's at least my assumption. Cortez. There's not a lot of people that go after Napoleon yet, but I see that changing in the future. The wrong Curie. Shakespeare. Sorry. Awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you back next week with even more videos.